Most men believe that if a woman likes them, her feelings will be obvious. They expect constant smiles, laughter, or clear verbal cues. But here's the reality. Women are often masters at concealing their emotions. What seems like indifference or disinterest may actually be a carefully crafted shield, designed to protect them from vulnerability, judgment, or premature exposure. From a young age, women are conditioned to hide their feelings. Society often praises men for being direct, but judges women harshly for expressing interest too soon. This creates a pattern where attraction is hidden behind subtle behaviors, silence, avoidance, or controlled warmth. As a result, most men misinterpret these signals and assume rejection, missing the truth entirely. In this video, we'll explore the 10 hidden signs that reveal when a woman is secretly interested, even if she acts distant, cold, or aloof. These signals go beyond the cliches you've heard before. They are subtle, surprising, and rooted in psychology. By learning to read these behaviors, you'll understand what she's really feeling, avoid misreading her intentions, and discover the difference between true disinterest and protective behavior. One of the most confusing behaviors for men is when a woman who likes them appears cold or distant. On the surface, this can seem like rejection, but in reality, it's often the opposite. Women sometimes act indifferent as a way to protect themselves. Showing too much warmth too early can make them feel vulnerable. If their feelings aren't reciprocated, they risk embarrassment or emotional pain. This coldness can show up in subtle ways: delayed text replies, short answers, minimal engagement in conversation, or seeming disinterested when you interact. Yet behind that distance, she may be thinking about you constantly, replaying your conversations, and noticing your actions more than you realize. Why do women do this? Partly, it's about maintaining control. Acting distant allows her to gauge your consistency and patience. She's testing whether you'll show real interest without needing constant reassurance. The key to understanding this behavior is noticing the details. If her coldness is accompanied by small, indirect signs, like laughing at your joke when you're together or referencing something you said earlier, she's likely hiding her feelings rather than rejecting you. Takeaway: don't assume cold behavior always means disinterest. Sometimes the woman who seems most distant is paying the closest attention. Eye contact is often misunderstood. Many men are told, if she likes you, she'll stare into your eyes. While that can happen, the reality is often the opposite. Women who are interested may deliberately avoid direct eye contact to hide their emotions. Looking someone in the eyes creates a powerful connection, revealing feelings almost immediately. For a woman who wants to protect her emotions, prolonged eye contact can feel too exposing. Instead, she may glance away quickly, only to sneak glances when she thinks you're not looking. This creates a back-and-forth pattern of avoidance and observation, a subtle way to stay engaged without revealing too much. This behavior is often misread as disinterest, but it can actually indicate curiosity and attraction. The key is to notice the pattern. If she avoids eye contact entirely and never sneaks a look, she may truly be indifferent. But if she shifts her gaze strategically while keeping tabs on you, she's likely managing her feelings carefully while staying connected. Takeaway: don't judge her interest solely by direct eye contact. Women who hide their emotions often reveal the truth in fleeting glances, showing attraction while protecting themselves from vulnerability. One of the most puzzling behaviors for men is when a woman seems completely comfortable talking to everyone else, friends, colleagues, or even strangers, but goes quiet or hesitant around you. Many men immediately assume this is a sign of disinterest. Logically, they think, if she likes me, she should want to talk to me the most. But female psychology often works differently. When a woman hides her feelings, she may feel more pressure around the person she cares about most. Speaking to you can feel risky. Every word, pause, or smile carries more weight. Around others, there's no emotional risk, so her communication flows naturally. This behavior is also a subtle way of maintaining control. By holding back, she protects her emotions while keeping you guessing. She may still observe you closely, laugh at your jokes, or remember details from past interactions, but her words and actions are measured to avoid revealing too much too soon. Takeaway: don't mistake her ease with others as rejection. If she's quiet around you but attentive in small ways, It's often a sign that you matter more to her than you realize. Her silence is strategic, not a lack of interest. When a woman pulls away, many men panic. They assume she's lost interest and either chase harder or withdraw completely. Both reactions reveal a lack of understanding of female psychology. Distance is not always rejection. It can be a deliberate test. Women often create space to protect their emotions while observing how you respond. She wants to see if your interest is genuine, consistent, and patient. Will you remain composed when she's less available, or will you overreact and show insecurity? This test isn't about manipulation, it's about emotional safety. The common mistake men make is reacting emotionally to her withdrawal. Overthinking, excessive pursuit, or frustration signals vulnerability and desperation, which can push her away. In contrast, staying calm, confident, and consistent communicates stability, reliability, and self-assuredness, qualities women deeply respect. Example, she might take longer to reply to texts or decline a casual invitation, but notice if she still engages subtly, like remembering details you shared or laughing at your jokes. These small actions indicate she's testing your consistency, not ignoring you. Takeaway: distance is an opportunity, not a threat. A woman who steps back is often watching how you handle space, giving you a chance to demonstrate your composure and confidence. Many men assume that when a woman disagrees with them, it means she dislikes them. The truth is often more nuanced. Disagreement can be a subtle way of showing interest while testing your emotional strength and confidence. Women understand that agreeing with everything can make interactions predictable and flat. By challenging you, they create energy, spark curiosity, and see how you handle tension. Do you remain calm under pressure, respond with confidence, or get defensive and frustrated? Her disagreement isn't necessarily about the topic, it's about observing your character. This behavior is often misread. Men either argue aggressively or back down to appease her, both of which can signal insecurity or weakness. The woman who challenges you is looking for composure and confidence, a man who can hold his ground without overreacting. Example, she may tease you about a decision, question your opinion, or gently push back in a conversation. Your reaction, calm, confident, and even humorous, can earn her respect and deepen her interest. Takeaway: don't rush to prove her wrong or fold just to please her. Disagreement is an opportunity to show your stability, confidence, and emotional resilience, qualities that attract lasting attention. One of the most frustrating experiences for men is dealing with mixed signals. One day she seems warm and engaged, the next she appears distant or distracted. At first glance, this feels confusing, unfair, or even manipulative. But in many cases, mixed signals are not a game. They are a form of self-protection. Women who hide their feelings rarely move in a straight line. Expressing attraction openly makes them vulnerable to rejection, judgment, or emotional exposure. Instead, they balance closeness with distance, revealing interest just enough to maintain the connection while protecting themselves. This push and pull pattern helps them manage uncertainty while observing your reactions. Men often misinterpret this behavior as inconsistency or indecision. In reality, it's a way for her to gauge how stable, patient, and confident you are under emotional fluctuations. Your response to these ups and downs matters more than the signals themselves. Example, she may respond warmly one day, then seem cold the next, but notice if she remembers small details or subtly engages in indirect ways. These patterns indicate genuine interest behind her cautious approach. Takeaway: mixed signals are less about confusion and more about emotional safety. Learn the pattern, stay composed, and demonstrate steadiness. This is what truly attracts her. Have you ever noticed a woman who seems completely absorbed in her own life, constantly busy, yet somehow still knows what you're doing? This behavior is often misunderstood as disinterest, but in reality, it can be a subtle sign of hidden attraction. Women who hide their feelings often use busyness as a protective shield. It allows them to maintain control, avoid appearing as if they're waiting for your attention, and protect their emotions from being too exposed. At the same time, this doesn't mean she isn't paying attention. Behind the facade of being preoccupied, she may observe your actions, remember details you've shared, and react subtly to your presence. This strategy also balances power in the interaction. By appearing unavailable, she tests whether you notice her and if you can stay engaged without demanding constant interaction. Her attention is quiet, indirect, and strategic, making it easy for unobservant men to overlook. Example, she might decline casual plans, focus on work or hobbies, yet remember small details about your conversations or laugh at your jokes at the right moment. These subtle reactions reveal she's invested, even if she seems unavailable. Takeaway: don't equate busyness with disinterest. Many women use this tactic to stay in control while quietly observing your actions and commitment. Another subtle behavior that often confuses men is when a woman surrounds herself with friends whenever you're around. On the surface, it may seem like she's avoiding you or uninterested, but in many cases, her friends act as a protective shield. Being in a group allows her to hide her feelings while still observing you. It gives her a sense of security, reducing the vulnerability that comes with direct one-on-one interaction. This strategy also helps her manage the pace of emotional exposure. She can watch your behavior and test your confidence without risking embarrassment. Friends can also act as silent accomplices. They often notice interactions, subtly encourage her, or gauge your confidence on her behalf. Many women even share their hidden feelings with their closest friends, meaning her friends may already be aware of her interest before you are. Example, at a social gathering, she may laugh and talk mostly with her friends, but notice if her friends glance at you, nudge her when you approach, or subtly reference your presence. These cues indicate she's paying attention while staying protected. Takeaway: don't assume her social circle means disinterest. Women often use friends as a shield to maintain control while secretly observing and gauging your intentions. One of the most common strategies women use to hide their feelings is pretending that your attention doesn't matter. Compliments, gestures, or efforts you make may be met with apparent indifference. To many men, this seems like rejection, but the reality is often the opposite. Women downplay the impact of your attention as a form of protection. Reacting openly to interest too quickly can make them feel vulnerable, so acting unaffected allows them to maintain control. At the same time, this behavior is a subtle test. She's observing whether your attention remains steady even when it seems unacknowledged. Example, you compliment her or share something meaningful, and she brushes it off or changes the subject. Yet later, she may reference exactly what you said or react in small, thoughtful ways that show she remembered. These actions reveal that your words mattered more than her initial response suggested. Takeaway: don't mistake her apparent indifference for disinterest. Pretending not to care is a protective mechanism. By staying composed, consistent, and confident, you demonstrate strength, something that earns her respect and deepens her interest without forcing a reaction. Sometimes, a woman who secretly respects or admires you will do the opposite of what you might expect. She will critique or tease you instead of offering direct praise. At first, this can feel confusing or even off-putting, but it's often a subtle way of engaging while protecting her emotions. Open admiration can feel vulnerable. By offering criticism or playful teasing, she can interact with you without revealing the depth of her feelings. It also allows her to observe your reaction. Does she see you crumble under pressure, or do you respond with calm confidence? Her response to criticism shows her how emotionally stable and self-assured you are. Example, she might jokingly call your idea silly or question your choice of words. A defensive or frustrated reaction could signal insecurity, but if you respond with humor, clarity, or relaxed confidence, you demonstrate strength and poise, qualities she respects and finds attractive. Takeaway: don't mistake criticism for dislike. Often it's a subtle test and a way for her to stay connected while hiding admiration. Handling it with composure shows emotional maturity and earns her respect, revealing interest that isn't obvious at first glance.